Hello friends, welcome back to the lecture series on linear differential equations. In previous few lectures we have discussed and solved linear differential equation with constant coefficient along with their different method of solving. Now in this lecture we discuss about the linear differential equation with variable coefficients. So if we recall, the general form of linear differential equation with constant coefficient was, so let the general form an into nth derivative of y with respect to x plus an minus 1 into n minus 1th derivative of y with respect to x and so on, a1 into derivative of y with respect to x plus a0 into y is equal to f of x. This is linear differential equation. It is said to be with constant coefficient if and only if this an minus 1 up to a0, these are constant terms, and if these variable coefficients, that is an minus 1 up to a0, these are written in terms of variable x, then the general form is known as linear differential equation with variable coefficients. So therefore the general form of linear differential equations with variable coefficient is given by, so it is an is function of x into nth derivative of y with respect to x plus an minus 1 is function of x, n minus 1th derivative of y with respect to x, a1 is function of x into derivative of y with respect to x plus a0 is function of x into y equal to f of x. Now, depending upon nature of this an minus 1 up to a0, there are further classification of linear differential equation with variable coefficient, out of which we are going to discuss very specific types. That is, first one, Cauchy's differential equations. Sometimes it is also attributed to Euler's, so it is also known as Euler's differential equations. They are linear differential equation with variable coefficient, and it is identified by the general form. So let the general form is and the general form of Cauchy's differential equation is an is any constant x raised to n, where x is the variable coefficient of the differential term and coefficient of nth order derivative of y with respect to x is x raised to n, means whatever the degree of differentiation, order of differentiation, the same numeric power will that variable coefficient possess. Then an minus 1 x raised to n minus 1 is coefficient of n minus 1th order derivative of y with respect to x, and so on, plus a1, so x raised to 1 for first order derivative of y with respect to x, plus a0y equal to f of x. So this is the general form of Cauchy's or Euler's differential equation. To remember the general form, we identify order of differentiation. If order of derivative is n, then coefficient of x must be n. If order of derivative is n minus 1, degree of this variable x will be n minus 1. Same is the case with all differential coefficients, where an minus 1 up to a0, these are constant along with the variable coefficient. Now to solve this Cauchy's differential equation, general method of solving is we convert this variable coefficient form into constant coefficient form by using substitution. So we substitute the variable coefficient term x is equal to e raised to z. So if we consider value for z is nothing but log x. So by using this substitution, we have defined x in terms of z, but y is dependent variable which depends on x. So this implies y can be defined in terms of z. Therefore, by using chain rule, we can rewrite dy by dx as, so if we apply chain rule here, so it is dy by dx into dx by dz, or we can rewrite it as derivative of y with respect to z into derivative of z with respect to x. By chain rule, we can rewrite this, and from the given expression z is equal to log x, we can find this value for the derivative. So this implies derivative of y with respect to new variable z into derivative of z with respect to x will be 1 upon x. So if we take this x on the left hand side, this will give us the required substitution. So x into dy by dx is nothing but derivative of y with respect to new variable z. So this will give us the most important substitution. If we introduce a differentiation operator d, where this d represents derivative with respect to new variable z, so we can convert this variable coefficient form in terms of x as derivative in terms of z. So this will be the substitution number 1. So we can convert this part as a constant coefficient in terms of new variable z. Same is the case with second order derivative term. So also we can discuss second order derivative of y with respect to x. So it is nothing but derivative with respect to x of dy by dx. Since from above calculations we can rewrite dy by dx as derivative of y with respect to z into derivative of z with respect to x. We can substitute derivative of z with respect to x. So it is equal to, so first derivative of y with respect to z as it is, and value for dz by dx is 1 upon x. Now we take the derivative of product of these two terms. So we apply u into v rule. So we take derivative of first term, keeping second term as it is, plus keep first term as it is into derivative of second term. Again we can apply chain rule here. Sorry, my bad. This will be derivative with respect to z. So since y is differentiated with respect to z, we apply chain rule for this derivative, which is nothing but derivative with respect to z of dy by dz into derivative of z with respect to x, and this 1 by x as it is, plus if you differentiate 1 by x, that value will be minus 1 upon x square into derivative of y with respect to z as it is. So take note down of this step. We have applied chain rule here, so that we can rewrite this derivative as product of these two terms. Now, so if you take derivative, we get second order derivative of y with respect to z into value of dz by dx is nothing but 1 upon x into 1 upon x will be 1 upon x square minus 1 by x square into derivative of y with respect to z. Since we have used a differentiation operator d, so we can take 1 by x square common, and this is nothing but second order derivative of y with respect to z minus derivative of y with respect to z. And in the left hand side we got second order derivative of y with respect to x. Now if we rearrange the terms, we get x square into second order derivative of y with respect to x is equal to d into d minus 1 into 1, where d represents derivative with respect to new variable z. Now this will be the next substitution for the second order derivative term. If derivative is of order 2 along with coefficient x square, we replace that term by d into d minus 1. Now we can generalize this. So similarly, we can rewrite it as x cube into d cube y by dx cube will be replaced by d into d minus 1 into d minus 2. Now how to remember this in simple way? Since derivative is of order 3 along with the coefficient x cube, then since we have taken derivative of order 3, we need to take 3 terms containing d, that is d into d minus 1 into d minus 2. Here derivative is of order 2, so we take 2 terms containing d into d minus 1, so that order of differentiation is preserved. So in general, we can replace x raised to n into nth order derivative of y with respect to x can be replaced by d into d minus 1 into d minus 2 up to d minus n minus 1 into y. So if we use all these substitutions in the given equation, so if we consider this given equation as equation number 1, therefore, so by using these substitutions, therefore equation 1 becomes, so we have an into, so we take d into d minus 1 into d minus 2 up to d minus n minus 1 into y plus an minus 1 d minus 1 up to d minus n minus 2 into y, and so on, a1 into dy plus a0y, this is equal to f of x. Now if you just observe here, we have on the left hand side all the derivative terms contains constant coefficient. There is no term containing x, means in LHS we have made the equation free from variable coefficient, and since we have replaced x in terms of z, so we get new function as put x is equal to e raised to z. So this will be, if we simplify, so this will be a linear differential equation with constant coefficients, with respect to variables y and z. So for simplifying, we consider that linear differential equation as phi of d into y is equal to some new function in terms of z. Therefore, its general solution will be complementary function plus particular integral in terms of variable z. So find complementary function from the auxiliary equation and particular integral from this function in terms of z. Therefore, the general solution of this differential equation will be obtained in terms of z. Now, we resubstitute z is equal to log x, that is x is equal to e raised to z in this solution, so that our required general solution will be complementary function will be obtained in terms of x and particular integral will be obtained in terms of x, and this is the required solution. So this will be the method of solving for any variable coefficient form. First, we have to convert the variable coefficient form into constant coefficient form by using substitution, and that substitution will be substitute variable coefficient x is equal to e raised to z. Then instead of doing this calculation every time, just remember this standard formula. If derivative is of order n, then x must have power n, so that x raised to n into nth derivative of y with respect to x will be replaced by n terms, n linear factors containing d, where d is a differentiation operator which will differentiate y with respect to z. Then resubstitute these values in the given differential equation to get the required general solution. So let's take one example for a better understanding about it. So suppose our given differential equation is, we take example, solve the following differential equation. It is x square into second order derivative of y with respect to x plus x into dy by dx is equal to some a plus b times log x. So suppose this is the differential equation. So we consider that the given differential equation will be x as power 2, which is coefficient for second order derivative of y with respect to x, plus x into dy by dx, and here function is a plus b times log x, where a and b are constant. If it is not mentioned, so we can consider it. So we use the substitution. So put variable coefficient x is equal to e raised to z. This implies z is equal to log x. And we replace the derivative terms. So there are two derivative terms containing variable coefficient. So we replace x into dy by dx by using d into y. Since derivative is of order 1, so we use only one term containing d, where d represents derivative with respect to new variable z. And the second term x square d square y by dx square will be replaced by d into d minus 1 into y. Since derivative is of order 2, we take two linear factors containing d. So by using this replacement, therefore your equation 1 reduces to. So we substitute x square d square y upon dx square as d square minus d plus x into dy by dx will be replaced by d into y, and on right hand side a plus b times log x, and log x will be written as z. in terms of z. So if we simplify this, we get d square minus t plus t into y is equal to a plus bz. That is nothing but d square is the auxiliary equation into y is equal to a plus bz. We denote it by equation number 2. So this is linear differential equation with constant coefficient. Agree with this? Now, we find the complementary function and particular integral. So we consider the auxiliary equation, that is d square, it is equal to 0. So we have two real repeated roots. D is equal to 0 is repeated 2 times. Therefore, our required complementary function will be linear combination of two arbitrary constants in increasing powers of independent variable z into e raised to 0 z, since our variable in the linear differential equation is z. Fine. That is c1 plus c2 into z is the required complementary function for equation number 2. If we substitute z is equal to log x, then complementary function in terms of x will be c1 plus c2 into log x. So which will be the required complementary function for given differential equation, and we denote it by equation number 3. Fine. Now we go for particular integral. Now to find particular integral, we operate the auxiliary equation on f of z. Here auxiliary equation is d square and f of z is b a plus bz. Fine. So since this is an algebraic polynomial, so by using shortcut method formula, we need to expand 1 upon phi of d in increasing powers of d. Fine. But there is no expansion. So what does 1 upon d square represents? It represents integration of this function 2 times. So if we operate 1 upon d first, so this integration will be a times z plus b times z square upon 2. Now we operate 1 upon d, we get a into z square upon 2 plus b upon 2 into z cube upon 3. Agree with this? So there is a short difference between the shortcut method formula. We apply shortcut method formula for algebraic function if your auxiliary equation is in terms of some polynomial of d. So since we are having only one term, so instead of expanding it in increasing powers of d, we take simple integration. So this will be your particular integral. Therefore, particular integral in terms of x can be written as, so this is a upon 2, since z is equal to log x, we take log x square plus b upon 6 into log x cube. This will be the required particular integral. So we denote it by equation number 4. Therefore, from 3 and 4, the required general solution is yc plus yp. Now we substitute yc as c1 plus c2 log x plus yp is a upon 2 into log x square plus b upon 6 into log x cube. This will be the general solution. This is our required general solution. I hope you have understood this. I want you to solve this problem. So consider second order derivative of y with respect to x plus 1 upon x into derivative of y with respect to x is equal to, we take the same function as before, a plus b times log x. Now if you observe, there is a variable coefficient in the given auxiliary equation, but it is not in standard form. So what we do is, since derivative is of order 2, so we multiply each term by x square. So this will be x square into d square y by dx square plus x into dy by dx. Since we have multiplied both sides by x square, right hand side will reduce to a times x square plus b times x square into log x. Now I want you guys to solve this equation for this new f of x. Okay. Method of solving is, use the same substitution for the left hand side. If you substitute, if we put x is equal to e raised to z, then your function in terms of z will be a into e raised to 2z plus b, x square will give you e raised to 2z and log x will give you z. So a is constant, e raised to 2z. While calculating particular integral, we use this shortcut formula, replace d by a, where a is equal to 2. And here our function is z into e raised to 2z. So for calculating particular integral for the second term, you have two choices, whether to go for formula x into v. Since our independent variable is z, for time being we call it the general formula as z into v, or e raised to az into v, where you call this function. So it is up to you which formula you use and find the required particular integral. So I want you to solve this problem, and the solution of this problem will be discussed in the next lecture. So please stay tuned. If you have subscribed my channel, then I will keep you updated. If you have any doubts, please post your doubts in the comment section. And if you have not still subscribed the channel, so I request you to subscribe so that we can discuss more problems on engineering mathematics. Thank you.